Denis is Denis. I don't think he is where he used to be. I think the old Denis definitely be a bad day for Devon, but this new Denis that we have and this new Devon that's emerging right now into the world, I think it's going to be a bad day for Denis myself.
Arm wrestling in the World Combat Games for the first time. Devon Larratt has mutated himself into a whole different animal. Matt Mask gave his predictions about the Devon versus Denis and other East versus West 10 super matches. We'll discuss some of them. And then finally we have the GOAT, Ryan Blue Bowen, coming to India for a super match. So let's start. I remember almost a year ago, I created a poll. It was a community post on my channel asking whether you guys believe if arm wrestling is a combat sport or not. At that time, I gave some reasonings as to why I believe that it shouldn't be considered. Not that it shouldn't be considered, I said that it isn't a combat sport as of now. And there were some reasons, few of them were around all of the combat sports having some things in common which arm wrestling doesn't really follow. But since now it is officially in the combat games, we are going to see the competition on 28th of October in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It doesn't matter what I used to think. Arm wrestling is a combat sport. And there are going to be many famous arm wrestlers competing in what seems to be 14 different categories. Anna Grondland, Fia Isaac, Barbora, Yerdolat, David Stefanian, Bojidar, Daniel Prokopchuk, Nurdolat Adar Khan, Mazgan Shamiev, Sasha Andreev, Viorel Dobrin, Talgat Aktaev, Beckett, Reno, Sandris, Georgi. So there are some weird categories like Talgat Aktaev who competes in like 80-85 kilos going up in the 100 kg division. And then we have Fia Isaac, 70 kg arm wrestler competing in the 80 kg division. So a little bit weird, but the competition is going to be great. It looks like it is going to be fun and chaos all at the same time. And that is for sure a step towards the growth of arm wrestling. Hopefully, we'll see 2028 Paralympics, arm wrestling included in that. And after that, hopefully in the Olympics as well in the next one.
Well, that's it. I am now a genetically modified human being. From this point forward, look out. Thank you, Dr. Adil Khan. All right, Ottawa High Hookers, get ready. Tonight is my first practice as as something no longer human.
So Devon Larratt used to openly talk about his pancakes, Doritos, maple syrup. Till that time it was kind of funny, but now it's getting into the serious territory. Now my man is talking about gene therapy, dual sympathetic reset, ketamine, gene therapy, genetic modification, and whatnot. It's getting crazy out of hand. Anabolics are kind of illegal, so it's weird and kind of not okay in today's world, especially when you have younger fans to talk openly about that. But about these things, gene therapy, genetic modification, as weird as some of these things may sound, I think they may be perfectly legal, but is Devon human anymore? People were already complaining about lots and lots of baby cells inside Devon's body. He's getting strong, man. But I just hope that these things are tested and Devon is not providing himself as a beta experiment object to these doctors for experimenting new things. I hope these all are tested things, and I hope Devon takes care of his health, because these things, when the doctor tells you, I'm just going to give you a shot here and all of your problems will be gone magically, it is kind of irresistible. Like anybody would fall for that, but I hope these are really legit. And Denis Plankov, if he wasn't already in trouble, then he's for sure in some trouble right now. So Matt Mask gave his predictions about Devon versus Denis, but before that, what did he say about the Zaur Pezulai versus Georgi Swetkov match? Matt predicted Georgi Swetkov to win this match just because his recent performances have been really great, and I agree with his prediction. And Frank Lamparelli was also there. He said that he had a good long fight against Georgi Swetkov. Georgi is really strong, and he also thought that 3-1 Georgi Swetkov. And Matt said about Devon Larratt versus Denis match, and I quote, "My brother is on a completely different fucking level compared to everybody right now, and it seems like he's on a projectile going back up. His last loss to Gennady, I think, has lit a fire underneath his ass that we haven't seen in a while. So Matt is really confident, as he has always been in Devon Larratt's capabilities on the table. There was one moment around not around the 2018 match, but about that in 2021, I guess. And that was the only time when I saw Matt Mask catching some heat from the fans. So he basically said that I not competed, but practiced with Devon before he went on to compete against Denis in 2018. And I felt Devon really weak there. I was pinning Devon Larratt. So he was in no shape because of the recent surgery that happened less than 2 years before that. He was in no shape to compete against Denis Siplenkov. And after that, some fans really got mad at Matt that why is he now making excuses for Devon? It always happens. But now Matt always tells you how strong Devon feels, and he's telling you that he's going to win this match. So he further said, I don't think Denis is where he used to be. I think the old Denis would definitely be a bad day for Devon. But this new Denis that we have and this new Devon that is emerging in the world, I think it's going to be a bad day for Denis. Denis will get Devon in some deep waters. That's also something that he said. But still, Devon is going to win because of his versatility on the table, the changes, the manipulations that he's able to make. Engin was asking Matt about a flop press option, because we are always seeing Denis roll out in this open top roll move, and he always cracks his practice pull opponent's wrist in this position. So if he does the same to Devon, is Devon going to switch to a flop press? To this, Matt replied, no, Devon is not going to do that. So I'm assuming when he said that he's going to climb, I'm assuming he meant to say that he's not going to apply any kind of side pressure before he gets some height. So he's going to regrip like he did against Monster Michael Todd, and when he has everything, then he will go sideways so that he doesn't really lose his wrist. That's what Matt thinks Devon's plan is going to be. We discussed in the previous videos that Devon has to be thinking that this is probably the first time when he's going to realize that he's in some deep water trying to finish his opponent. Usually it is the opposite. Devon's opponents get some advantageous position and they cannot figure out how to beat him multiple times from there, if they can do it a single time. And I think Devon is going to be in the same position this time. So Frank Lamparelli predicted 3-2 for Denis, and then again asked, do you believe that Denis Siplenkov's endurance is better? Because 3-2 is mostly about endurance, if not some crazy technique changes during the match, like Matt Mask versus Sergey Kalinichenko from top roll from hook to press. So that was kind of weird. So finally, Ryan Blue Bowen is coming to India.
What's going on in India? I can confirm for you the date that I will be facing your number one arm wrestler, Mazahir Saidu, is confirmed as November 11. It's going to be in Delhi. Location to be announced soon, but do not miss it. Hoping to be out there on the street among.
We've discussed the difficulties of AWE promotions in Australia. It is really not easy to invite people there. Difficult trip, and visas are getting declined left, right and center. So Mazahir Saidu and Shivajit Janardhan, 70 kg Indian champion, their visas got declined, and finally Ryan Bowen wants to see this match and he is coming to India. November 11th is when it is going to be. Please let me know in the comments if you want me to be there as well for some news coverage. It is going to be difficult to get leave around that time, but I'll try as much as I can. I don't think there are going to be any other super matches from Australian arm wrestlers. For sure, Pro Punjab League is organizing this event, so there can be some other Indian matches, Indian super matches. I'll keep you posted about them. Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe, please.